Alright, message is posted. Got a bit of work to do today. I want to figure some stuff out with this. Involving specifically, I want to figure out how to magnetize this down in a good position so that it covers up enough stuff. I think that's going to be a pretty big element of this, is to make sure that there's really nothing visible below. Because this is going to be kind of like the undercork for him sitting on it, so it's like slightly indented underneath, so that there's like a bit of a lip around the outside I can play with like texture pastes and stuff. I actually trimmed, this was a lot taller beforehand. This was a lot taller beforehand. I actually just took scissors and went across the whole top, because I wanted it to be a little bit shorter, and then we can work up parts that I think need to be taller eventually. Things I think I need to do, we were going to add a sort of crossbar system here, like right in this middle bit. So we can kind of reinforce the center of the little over part of the cork, so that there's not like a dip in the middle. Well, what we're going to do is E6000 holds magnets really well. So we're probably going to, at the very least, E6000 one magnet on this side. Of kind of this middle bit here. So we'll just do a magnet on each end, and then figure out kind of where we need to put the other side of the magnet over here. I think I'm going to have to fill this side in a little bit, because I did pull a lot of this up, because I kind of was trying to change some things up, but we can probably just re-glue a lot of it. Figure it out. I could even just increase the cork size, honestly. The cork area. To try to fill the bulk of the gap in here, pop it down, and then we can work up the outer rim with like different cork and stuff. Once we get the cap set, I think we're fine with that. From there, what we can do, I could technically get the painting started. I need to Mod Podge it though, I think prior. But what we could do preemptively is figure out exactly where these need to go and why. And dig in to try to like get them into a good enough position. Either the 0.5s or the 0.3s, which probably do the 0.3s just because they're less noticeable. And then kind of the real question is, do I try to get like a PVC board to run here that I could put all the different lights into and then the power source? Or do I just solder all the lights to the single power source directly? I think it might just be better to do all of them directly. It'll suck to have to change things down the road. But the hope is that I'm not going to have to do that too often. This is super solid. Definitely need to hit it though with the Mod Podge to like absolutely solidify it. So I think I could maybe just get a bigger circle cut. Bought a soldering iron. Got all this extra stuff just so we could really try to power through to the end of this week. Because it would be cool to have. So I had a pretty good game over the weekend on Saturday. I got to run my Chaos. Let me make sure to get this. I got to run my Chaos Soul Forged into some Ultramarines. I was worried going into it. I think I talked a little bit about that on stream, the whole whirlwind pressure. Because he had a pretty good pressure army. And I was worried it was going to kind of force my hand to have to make plays I didn't want to make. But I actually managed to withstand a lot of it. And make really good choices, I think. In terms of, you know, what do I want to do this, or do I hold, do I not attack? No, my buddy did though. My buddy got all of the Phoenix Swords, so he got all of them, which is kind of the main one he wanted to do. He got the Codex. His big thing is trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do with his Harlequins. That's like the big moment for him. Because if he can figure out his Harlequin list, he'll be really happy. And he likes how the Harlequins are. The Harlequins are basically just melee Thousand Suns. It's all just dev wounds and how many dev wounds you can push through. Which is pretty good. At this point for me, I'm mostly just holding off for the Emperor's Children release. This is so close. Just need a little bit of this side gone. So yeah, we do the cork method. We apply him to the top of it, using some glue and some pinning just to make sure he's solidly on that cork. We work up the outer edge of the cork with just some of my own like cork function so that it feels a little more seamless when applied down to this surface. But yeah, it's a pretty good cork. Let me do a little bit of a marking. That's gonna go away. Oh, Geller Pox. They're fun. It's gonna suck to see them go. They're definitely a shadow of what they were. But still, running at something with a 20 wound Hulk and then just one tapping it is crazy. Did you? Okay, so you got the fire dragons, right? I heard they were sold out almost immediately. And it was mostly because one of the YouTube channels ran the numbers based off of either what they had in the codex or what they were seeing on Reddit. And a single squad of the fire dragons with their Phoenix Lord can do the equivalent of 3 Dorn's worth of damage in a turn. Like, that's insane. And pretty consistently, too. It's making me wonder. Games Workshop. Xenos. Because my assumption was the fire dragons were going to get sold out, like, right away. I think Swooping Hawks, people probably aren't going to care as much about. Oh, yeah. Fuegan's already gone. So if you got Fuegan. Yep, you got Fuegan. That's good. It's absolutely good. And fire dragons out of stock. So if you got fire dragons, excellent. 2 boxes of dragons should be, what, 1 squad? It's 5 guys. Maybe you split them up. You could. But yeah, as long as you got at least Fuegan and 1 box of fire dragons, if not 2, that's probably for the best. Pyro, I do have a, like, when you're talking just learn in general, I have the one video for Kill Team 24 that's a how-to video. It's like an hour and something long. It shouldn't be hard to find. I started a new playlist, and I think it's on the front page of my channel. Mute tab. KT24 How to Kill Team. I have the Hivestorm update. That's going to cover all the rules for the KT24 update. And then I even go into approved ops, the method of playing an approved ops mission, which is a little bit more about the competitive play as well. We go over all the approved ops options in another video, which hopefully helps out with choices and doing all that kind of stuff. And then where to start is more like if you're coming in brand new. So yeah, I try to go over all the main rules in that video. That was like a big video for me. I was super happy to get that done. So we're gonna, let's glue these supports in for the mid. I'm gonna grab the better glue for this. A lot of people seem really excited though about the Aldaria releases, so that's good. The detachments seem pretty good. There's a few that definitely are like subpar, but I mean that's going to be consistent. I feel like in a lot of those situations it's going to take meta shifts to make all the detachments feel okay at some point in time. Not even all the time, some point in time. Like there could be a big enough meta shift that one of like the subpar detachments just looks a lot better to a lot of people. Alright, man. Yeah, it's about the right height for the cork. nozzle. So the idea is we have these little magnets. I was hoping I had the thicker ones. I might actually have them. I might have to look through my one drawer. But we have these like little magnets that we're going to try to drop like on the side of these, like on the each side. Maybe, because the wiring's going to be here, and I kind of want the wires to come into this area. We do need at least 2 spots for the magnet to make sure we know where it's going to be. It might end up being like there and there, maybe. What's up, Kill Team Hungry? Hungary. Okay, where did... Same size, same size. These are the ones that came with the box that I bought to carry my stuff around in. So I think I might still have another thing for this. I don't want them to be huge is the problem. Like, these are ridiculous. I think these are the ones meant for knights. Ooh, I think I found them. A little bit thicker. I like that. Yeah, you can post them up, man. I think I only have 3 of these, though. It's weird. We could set the magnets up in a situation where they're close enough to each other to have magnetic pull, but far enough away that they don't, like, fully attach. Could be some positive outcome with that. From what I understand, it's a bit of an issue. Like, the Plague Marine Kill Team is a bit of an issue to track skill on, because what's ended up happening is a lot of people purchase them in the starter set. And a lot of those people, like, this is their first run of Kill Team. So, not all of them do well, right? That team is a little bit difficult to understand just because they don't have... Yeah, it's a little too flat. They don't have the sort of they don't really have the requirement. Show. Minis gallery. Well. Mode. Make sure you don't got anything in your video that has like an address for yourself. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the slightly lighter armor color concept that I see occasionally Death Guard players use it, where it's like closer to white, but like skewed to be still kind of greenish yellow, which is nice. It's always cool. Definitely got that decayed brassy bronze look. Decent. But yeah, Plague Marine data I feel like is a little skewed. Just because in people's personal play, if they're just starting out in the game and they're playing against brand new people in Kill Team who maybe aren't like 40k minded or tactically minded. Are these the same height as everything else? Yeah, about the same height. What ends up happening is you're going to get a lot of data that is just straight up like not what it needs to be at all. So if I put that there, maybe put the other one. Nah, I don't want to go too close. Wire's got to go over here. I wonder if just dropping one like there and like there would be good. I still think middle straight up would just be perfect. Trick is I'm gonna have to figure out. We could probably just do one magnet. I don't think that's gonna be that big of a deal. Shave this side down a little bit very closely. Nice. Because yeah, they can be good. I think that there's just not a lot of spike with them right now is the issue, because they don't have access to like their old school gunners. For them it still is all about putting poison on people and then letting the chip damage kind of do work, which when you're really trying to get your score going like early, I don't know if that's good enough, especially into other elites, but I mean there's potential there. I feel like the part about Kill Team people don't talk about as much, just because I guess it's not like sexy or whatever, is it's not just about how high your score can be, but how much score you can reduce from your opponent by preventing them from being able to do things, even if you're not the one doing them. If you're the one who's like, I'm not gonna be able to get scored this round either, if you can make sure your opponent doesn't, it's a whole other story. Do this. Because if it's stacked up to the top... Try to eyeball it. Oh, for the models that you made? Yeah, they're pretty good. Hopefully you do well. You said it was a tournament? First game. That's pretty nice. So hopefully it pans out. Hopefully you get some good games in. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some E6000 on the bottom magnet. Because I can feel it, like, it's not going anywhere. It's definitely... Jesus. It's definitely, like, fully connected there. So we're going to put some E6000 on the bottom of this. And then we're just going to let it sit till it glues in. I can feel that. I'm still surprised we haven't heard anything about a data slate at this point. Like, that's actually kind of baffling to me. It might be more about how they're going to present it to people, maybe. Okay. Because that is always a concern. Is like, how are you going to tell people? Let's put a little bit of E6000 on the top. Maybe. Maybe we wait, because what we're going to need to do... I got to start pinning vicing a couple spots on this guy's base. That way there's room to put him down. Well, yeah, well, okay, so Gellerpox sacrificed their ranged for the fact that they can one-tap most stuff on the field. You don't need no goth mommy waifu. He has She Who Thirsts. That's all he needs. But yeah, Gellerpox, like, you run across the field with the Gellerpox, you get... Literally the entire army is down to whether or not you use your your Lumberghast or your Butcher properly. If you can do that, you're fine. That's all you gotta do. Lumberghast or Butcher. And you are in the clear. That's kind of like the key moment with them, because if you do actually pull off any Lumberghast play, by the end of it, you should, against a Horde army, you should have killed at least 3 to 4 people. Against a Elite army, you should have at least killed 2 people. In like 2 turns, no problem. 1 or 2 turns, 2 Elite players dead. That's if you do it right. If you do it wrong, then you're going to have issues. But if by turn 2 you can take out 2 Elite enemies, you're in the clear, man. 4 Elites, and that's all that's left, they're going to not easily be able to pull off any of their missions. That's like the idea, or the ideal with any Elite countermeasure team that you want to try to run. You need to have that moment of like, how do I kill 2 of these by turn 2? And if you can pull that off, you're solid. They are an interesting team simply for the fact that they are the only team that actually has a unit that can be in engage, in cover, and is still untargetable. They have ultimate, like literally the Glitchlings have ultimate conceal. Unless it was something they accidentally worded wrong, which maybe the data slate will fix. But as of right now, it simply states, if the Glitchling has cover, you cannot target it. Not conceal and cover. If it has cover, you're not allowed to target it. The Thrice Cursed Flamethrower is alright. It's not the best to use. It's definitely close quarters mostly. But the Glitchlings can shoot, and if they're in cover, not get attacked back. Like, it's sort of better than Silent, in a way. Because there's overriding to Silent, for the most part, for a lot of people. If you can get, like, a nice Seek or something on them, it's good. But, literally, if they are in cover, you cannot shoot them. But they can shoot you. That's, I don't know, that's something so cool. I just mostly don't like their auras you can pick. Are you talking about rosters? Currently, no. Rosters don't exist. You want to take the team that you're going to use as well as potentially any rotations to other types of units. And you're just going to go from there. Like, there's not really like requirements. It's just you have to be able to field a full legal team for the most part at any point. Resilient, as far as I know, it's about the damage being done from the dice. So if it's like mortals, if it's anything that doesn't come from like pushing a dice for damage, I don't think you can resilient it, which is a little sad. Just need 2. I was kind of hoping that there would be a little bit more to their resilience than others. But basically, it's just whenever someone pushes damage in shooting or melee. So, you're talking Demolish a Boy, Detonate attack? I'd have to... Oh god, what the hell? I'd have to verify exactly what the wording on that is and go from there. Let me just get this off there. Yeah. Hooah! Demolish a boys. Kill team. Team rules. The Rekka crew, I'm guessing. Break a boy, demolish a. Detonate. Zoom in. A full screen. Boom. First time you'd inflict damage on an enemy operative with this weapon profile during battle, inflict d6 plus 6 damage on that enemy operative and each other operative within its control range. If it's normal success, or 2d6 plus 6 damage if it's a critical success. Yeah, because its damage line... Because its damage line is a dot, my assumption is that this number here is going to replace this dot. It should work that way because it's from pushing the damage dice. It's not like a... It's not like the frickin'... What is it? First time you would inflict damage. Rekka, +1. Hang on. It's a normal success if it's a critical success. Then the... Oh, so you get 4 attacks, but you only get to push 1, which is pretty good. But yeah, it would be that, but it's only like -1. So if the person rolls a 6 on a 6 and gives you a 12, I think you only get rid of 1. So it's 11. This could easily one-tap you with this at a high roll, I think. 12. No, this... I don't even think this can one-tap. Because the Hulks are all 20. So if it's a fresh Hulk into this, like I would still be scared of this. Like coming in early and like taking my Lumberghast or my Butcher to low. But yeah, this, basically whatever they roll replaces this. I think. Inflict d6 on that enemy when you push the dice. I believe Resilient would work here. Normally it doesn't work for like devastating and stuff like that. And damage that just occurs because like you pass a test or something. What other Aldari is sold out right now? Pretty much all the support weapons, fire prisms, of course, but that was the way it was beforehand. Oh, Shining Spears sold out. People saw them and went, yes, please. Is my buddy's Harlequin bike sold out? Because he might need to grab some. Oh yeah, Void Weavers. I think he has all his Void Weavers. I don't think he has the Sky Weavers he needs. He might though. I can't remember exactly what he purchased when he was collecting the Harlequins. Ooh, the big question though. And I think I already know the answer. Does Games Workshop have my Screamers in stock? Armies of Chaos. Chaos Demons. Screamers, still temporarily out of stock. Changeling's in stock, though. That's pretty cool. Good to see him back around. What about the Blue Scribes? Blue Scribes still out. I don't even see them on this list anymore. Holy crap. Where are they? I think they pulled the Blue Scribes off the storefront. What the hell? Yeah, Blue Scribes no longer in the search function. Pulled from the store. It's potential. I will say, having played them once, you might not need the bugs. The bugs are useful, but there's also a chance that, like, there's going to be no value in you taking them. Because they take up spots on the terrain. It's very hard to place them in areas. Like, one of your biggest picks is most likely going to be the heavy piece of terrain, most likely on a lot of maps, because you're going to want to put it somewhere where the Hulks can either set up or move to pretty effectively early on. And then you're also going to want to grab the 2x deployable barricades, because that's going to be where you set up your glitchlings early. That way you have more space behind heavy terrain for your Hulks, because you need heavy terrain to hide them. Which leaves only 2 pieces of equipment, which kind of sucks. Because 2 pieces of equipment then equals the bugs. Right? So there might be value in picking equipment as a ploy on that team. Even though movement is usually a better idea 90% of the time. Let's go with this one, maybe. Because, yeah, you're going to need way more terrain than most just to set up properly. I mean, it's not unreasonable. Don't tell me this is already dried up. What's gonna run the crack grenade for you? I know they give you a bunch of frag grenades. I don't even know about the purpose of crack grenades in that army. I hate the 4+ to hit on them. Like, I absolutely hate the 4+ to hit. It's almost not even like a valid strategic option. Okay, why is this not? Nice. Okay, there we go. This must have been a new one. Which kill team you finish? Are you an Imperial dog, a filthy Xenos? Or a heretic of chaos? See, that's the problem, though, because if you go that route, honestly, one of the best things I think you need to find a position to take is the cursed stockpile. Making someone have to choose, or picking for yourself, a piece of equipment that they are not allowed to use for that game, that is such a strong position against like 90% of opponents. Oh, the Quillins? Not bad. I have to glue him down. If I don't, I can't set him down, so I gotta get some E6000. Ugh. Oh no. It won't open. And my one hand. It's taken up. Release thine lid. There we go. Definitely some on the magnet, because it'll make it hold. Some around this outer edge. Oh, my room is going to smell like E6000 for the next 3 days. Probably even do some reinforced struts around certain other parts in here. I might want to cut more of them because he's got a little bit of a jiggle wiggle. Nice. Quillins are definitely really good. The fact that they don't give you too many targets early on the field, as well as allow for forward positionings, and even some like some underhanded trickery, I guess, as to where you're gonna set stuff up and why. It's really good. Up. Found a new burrito place near me that's pretty cheap and not half bad. Kind of happy about that. Washing my hands. That's not good. No, lights are not in the base yet. The whole point for me right now is to try to get the base to look decent enough that I'm cool with it, and then to apply the lights. Which is not as easy as it sounds. I'm kind of going a little bit above and beyond, like what I was expecting to do for building this, just because I wanted to test some stuff out. Let's make sure this thing can still go in. There we go. covered in glue. I'm not happy. There we go. All right, good luck. Hopefully the varnish application goes well. I need to make sure this is kind of pushed up a little bit, actually. There's going to have to be a battery in it. The battery's going to add a little bit of distance. Wash my hands again because E6000 stuff is so chemically. Try to trim. Like, I don't want to touch him with these hands now because I just got glue everywhere. I don't want to make him like weirdly sticky. Try to trim the excess off of down here. Let's not put that back down yet. Sure this is mostly clear. I really can't do too much right now. We can maybe start Mod Podge brushing around the outside of it. just so we can at least get a little bit of that set up. And the Mod Podge brush is mostly to try and make it so that, like, a lot of this base, because it is cork, after I get it all painted and ready to go, doesn't just, like, fall apart. Because this is just basically really light Elmer's glue. I've used it before to try to maximize durability of a surface. But yeah, it's just mostly kind of slathering it on. It's not going to get everything, which, I mean, that kind of sucks. Let's at least try to get most of the outside set. What's cool about it is it pretty much dries to the same texture of whatever it's on. So it's not going to really like flatten out too much. That's a good step for getting rid of things that aren't actually settled down. Let's try to keep the base rim fairly clear. Ugh, music stopped. Let me fix that for you guys. Pretty much just doing a lot with glue today. So what's new with this base? No. It feels so gross. I don't think I'm going to limit this to just stone either. I have a bunch of skulls left over. I can tuck into some of like the corners and crevices. It's still a very good idea to at least reinforce the surface to prevent the texture from changing after painting. I guess a football game's going on. Other renter gonna just yell a bunch today. This is kind of like the problem of doing this process on stream, is that a lot of it is get to a point and then wait. For the most part, this is like where it needs to be to start drying. Then we would dig stuff out with an X-Acto blade to find where to put the actual lights. It's a pretty important step. We kind of need to wait for this to dry a little bit longer. Figure out what I need to do about this base rim, which is very important. Like, the next major step is figuring out how to turn this base rim into like a cap, which is gonna set down and sort of fit perfectly in this area and still let the lights come through. So it's definitely a little bit more of a struggle than I expected to try to pull off. Oh, nice. I'm gonna try to get to a tournament in the next couple weeks. I don't know for Kill Team. I looked around and there's only a couple for Kill Team, and they're in like a few months from now in my area. But I gotta get back into tournament play, man. I gotta start doing the reps. I gotta start hitting the 3-rounders, the all days. Be up by friggin' 9 o'clock, get there by 10, be ready to play by 10:30, and then be out of there by like 7 o'clock. One lunch. I just gotta figure out what I actually want to take. It might end up still being Chaos Knights. Like, I feel like the Knights team that I have is very much like baby's first tournament team, just because of how very simple the team is. Like, it's not that in depth. Most skilled players know how to get around it. Do kind of want to use it because I was able to keep most of my games down to about an hour when I was playing it. Like, that was pretty solid. I kind of like that. Can I even field it? Like, what would I take while we wait, while we chill? What the hell would I take? My Chaos Knights army. Because I haven't built this list in a while. I can delete my Bash Hammer list. Don't need it. Chaos Space Marines. No, Chaos Knights. There we are. Trader Lance, because Iconoclast is weird. I don't have enough cultists for it. call it Casticator. A nod to the Castigator and the Desecrator. That will be the core of it, because I still think that's my best combo for big bots. Castigator. Like, I know it's not best. I honestly should probably just get a Tyrant and then maybe a bunch of dogs. Because Tyrants provide benefit of cover. You can long leash benefit of cover to ensure that AP1 weapons don't matter. Which is pretty good. I don't know. I've had the most fun in the entire game with my Desecrator. I shall make him the Warlord. And then it's just going to be a blend of maybe 2 Carnivores and then a bunch of Brigands. 3, 4. So I have 6, 7, 8. I have 8 total I can play with for dogs. Question is, do I have the parts for a bunch more Brigands than normal? I actually don't know. I think I could take at least one more Carnivore here. $19.35, and then you go to the Castigator for an enhancement. You give it the Panoply. And give the Desecrator the Trader's Mark, I think. Nope. Aura. Holy crap, that's a flat 2K. This doesn't happen to me often. My list is actually fully 2K. 3 Carnivores, 4 Brigands. Let's get rid of the stubbers across the board. I might take, if someone pops up and is like, I want to play a game Saturday, I might take them up on it and try this list. Havoc Multi. This is such a pressure list, too. I might take the Chainsword on the Desecrator. Tried the Warp Strike Claw on him before. Every single time I run a Desecrator, something always gets to it, and it's always a squad instead of a tank. And then it takes me like a year to kill it with the frickin' fist, whereas the Chainsword should kill it immediately. So you got the Castigator. 25 wounds, toughness 12, save 3, invulnerable 5. Against ranged only. OC 10, 18 shots on a twin-linked gun that's decent at killing Space Marines, 36-inch range. Melee weapons, that's on par with most Primarchs. minus the 3+ to hit. 3+ to hit kind of ruins it a little bit comparatively, but it's fine. I don't like his ability. His ability kind of sucks. He provides War Dog's sustained hits 1 to ranged weapons, so he is like the brigand assistant. But his main one is it subtracts from 1 from hit rolls from a single squad that it shoots with its gun. That isn't a monster or a vehicle, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. He's great anti-infantry, is the whole thing. And then he has the -1 to AP of weapons shooting at it, which is super useful. Desecrator. Desecrator is just too strong, man. Desecrator ranged weapon is the laser destructor. 72-inch range, so just full field. 3 attacks, 2+ to hit, 18 strength. -4 to the AP. D6 + 3. So it's 3 attacks on the 2+. And then his ability ties to it, whereas if he's shooting monsters or vehicles, dev wounds are currently active. I have killed so much stuff with that gun by rolling dev wounds. Like, it's crazy. You're basically always hitting with all 3 laser hits. You just need to try to get at least like 1 6 that rolls into like a 5 or a 6, and whatever it is you're shooting at is most likely dead. But he gives War Dogs reroll hit rolls of 1 for ranged attacks. So you kind of long leash him into the brigands that are hopefully up front, and then you have the castigator protecting the brigands, giving them all sustain. So you're rerolling 1s, sustaining on 6s on a unit that hits on 2s. And then you have 4, 5, 6, 7 units with 48-inch indirect missile hats just running around, putting pressure on fodder units. It's great. This is one of those things where you read it and you look at all the abilities and how they intermingle, and you're like, this should be really strong, but then you never see it in competitive play, because it's not. Everyone's figured out how to defeat it. But like, I still want to play it, just because it's kind of fun. I've painted so many knights, and I really want to start using them, because they're just so fun to use. I might look out for my local store information, see if anyone's looking to play a game this Saturday, and I might run my knights. I feel like I'm getting patient enough at playing that I'm not going to misuse the knights, is the trick. I don't think they're high scoring, but I think I have the ability to possibly keep the score close and either lose or win, or potentially push my opponent so far down that they just can't easily recover. I don't know. I think I'm mostly going to brush on the primer when we get to that point. I'm going to need to set up this soldering iron. I got solder, resin. So much stuff on this desk. I'm going to have to clean up at some point here. Thankfully, I have a ton of these battery housings, so I don't feel so bad clipping these wires at about here. What size are these, though? That's not good. Might have to razor blade these to cut them. Oh, no. That is the right size. Okay. Out. I've got heat shrink sleeves for the wiring itself. That way we can cover stuff up. I feel like I'm gonna have to bore holes like right along the wall. magnets. Or even just a generally bigger magnet. I might have to go into reassess mode. We do some off-stream retooling. Because in theory, if I feel like we can do the wiring on the bottom, we could just go that route. And then I could just fully glue this down and not worry about it. For the corking system. I feel like the bottom, like I'd have to cut the supports, I think is the issue. I don't know, the wires feel too thick for this. Like no matter what I do here, they would sit too far down and cause problems. Not only that, because I want to do more lights than I think just the one. I feel like it won't work that way. We may call it for now, just to reassess magnet positioning. So I have a personally better understanding of how these magnets need to sit. Because I could add more to his base. To at the very least have it feel like it's grabbing more. Because right now it feels okay until you pick it up. It's like not a strong enough connection. Probably needs at least 1 or 2 more points of contact. Which is doable. Oh, there we go. Like, that's full contact at that point. I still think one more magnet to stabilize would be a good idea. Maybe even some reinforced plastic struts as well to prevent the wobble. pulled the whole magnet up. Hmm. Maybe we just wait for it to dry, like fully. It's so weird. I haven't had this issue with this glue in these magnets in the past where that doesn't actually hold that well. But right here it seems to be having the problem. But yeah, the alternative is I keep the pocket in here. I glue that down above, and then we use this gap to sort of wire all that we want from below. And then just like have a spot to shove the wires into and just hold. Yeah, I might use green stuff to try to forcibly hold it down. E6000 has done well in the past, but I might need to just like fully go crazy with that. Either way, this glue, the glue we set in needs to finish drying. It might take like an hour. Then we're gonna have to make some assessments. Oh yeah, definitely super glue. Just worried if I need to like chip most of this off. Because we could do it. We do have the pinning vise. We could get a big enough bit and just go straight down where we want the lights and then just feed them through. Get it all soldered up below and just tucked in. At that point we kind of just need this to be open a little bit. A little better. Get some more struts around for support. Maybe back here, over here. Get one in there. I like the idea of being able to pop him off and get to the wiring, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that going forward. It might just be easier to like get the wiring set down here, maybe with like a little bit of glue, and have it just go through the surface. Kind of a plan. We gotta wait for stuff to dry, and I don't want to just chill here for like an hour and do nothing. I'd rather get some work done on the video I'm trying to work on, or just anything else really. So, short stream today. Just a little one. Just to get a little bit done. Because this guy has been a struggle. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. Hopefully I can get this video out this week, or maybe we figure out like a shorter video to do in its place for at least a little bit. Because this one's the big Can I See It video, where I'm going to be going over a ton of things about line of sight, cover, what what to like think of when you're trying to determine what is going to happen shooting at someone from above, right? Like, it's not the easiest thing to envision, but I think we can do something for it. Hopefully it'll help out. So, till next time, we'll just have to wait for this to dry. Later.